From time to time during opera season, I'll be sharing the stories of the statues in Music Hall. As part of the recent renovation, all of them are undergoing restoration and cleaning, which is a project generously sponsored by the Society for the Preservation of Music Hall. All 6 statues have a link to Music Hall and Cincinnati's rich musical history. So, let's start at the beginning with the man I like to call the Johnny Appleseed of classical music. He is Theodore Thomas, and you can't miss him. I'm in the north end of the main lobby, and Mr. Thomas, baton in hand, stands watch over all those who enter, especially if you're coming to the bar. We classical music-loving Cincinnatians owe everything to this conductor and entrepreneur, Theodore Thomas. He formed his own touring orchestra during the Civil War and played 11 seasons in Cincinnati. This led him to being asked to be the first director of our May Festival, starting in 1873. That led to the building of this hall in 1878, the founding of the Cincinnati College of Music, and the Cincinnati Symphony. And that's just here. Thomas also founded the Brooklyn Philharmonic, was an early director of the New York Philharmonic, and founded the Chicago Symphony just before he died in 1905. As an opera lover, I always point out to people who look at this statue that Theodore Thomas gained his first fame as an opera conductor in New York City. His symphonic career came later, and he always kept opera in his repertoire. This imposing statue was unveiled at the 19th May Festival in 1910. Its sculptor was Cincinnatian Clement Barnhorn, who studied in Paris and was also a great friend of Cincinnati's most famous artist, Frank Duveneck. As a matter of fact, Barnhorn also created Duveneck's tomb in Covington's Mother of God Cemetery. When this statue was unveiled, former President William Howard Taft had this to say about Theodore Thomas. "We are deeply indebted to those who promote education of the aesthetic side of our people and the lovers of this country, and Theodore Thomas was the foremost of these. It is fitting to dedicate a monument to the founder of these musical festivals and to the greatest musical leader this country has known." For Cincinnati Opera, I'm Evans Mirageous.